So let's make sure these line up with a side view, which they're nowhere near. And this will make that area of the mouth that's kind of, this will be indented in and this will be pulled out. So I have to make sure we do that. And I'll pull that part back. Kind of round that out a bit. Okay, so looking back at our reference, we have this part here that goes all the way down. So there's going to be 2 here, and then 1 edge loop coming down from the side of the eye here, from that section down. And so if we look, that'll be that section here. So it looks like these are actually going to be joined together partway down, because that side area that we have, something seems off here. We have 3, 1, and 3, which gives us 14 total. So that's the right number there. But it looks like we should have something welded together here. And if I had to guess, it'll probably be that this gets welded there and these work their way up around. But let's go back to the reference. It's always good to check with that. Okay, so we have the inner loop here for the nose. We have the 1, 2, 3. There's a corner. Okay, and there's 4 here. So the 4 that are here are combined with the 4 that are there. And then there's a gap, which we don't have yet. Okay, so let's see if we have that. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 there should be lined up with the 4 here. Okay, yeah, so I was right. So these will get welded together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these and I'm going to hit collapse, which is going to merge them by distance. I'm going to move this stuff down a little bit. That looks a lot better. Pull that down more. All right. Pull these downward more. Okay. So now we should have this section that comes down that does the bridging between these. We also have the section of the nose we have to finish. So in looking back here, we have 4 of them. Or sorry, 3. 1, 2, 3, and those match up with the 3 that'll be on the bottom of the nose. And they're 2 layers wide. So it's basically 2 by 3. We see we have ours up a little bit wider there, which isn't a problem. Our topology is going to be exactly the same. So it's 1, 2, 3, and that gives us 1 and 2 down, which will start the lips. That'll be up in that corner of the mouth. And then this will get target welded down here, and this here. So you can see how the adjustments need to be made here. Okay. That's better. I think this is actually supposed to be starting up the nose. Right? Yeah, that was the section of the nose. So we pull that up in closer. Yeah, that might actually be bridged right up there. So that'll be the center of the nose. And then I think these get collapsed together. I mean, it may need another edge loop there, but we'll get that. Oh wait, that's going to be the next section for the mouth. Okay, so the mouth, if we look at it, is 1, 2, 3. Well, let's start on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8, which gives us 16 all the way around. And then that matches up with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges here. So if we come back to ours, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this does need to be brought down closer here, because that'll be the corner of the mouth there. Gotta do some reorganizing here. That's a little better. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should be good there. So I'm going to hold Shift, scale that in, and that's going to start our mouth. So this will get moved towards the center. and that'll get moved towards the center. Oh. So this is going to meet the bottom of where our lip starts. I just realized I moved a bunch of stuff here without moving in the other view, which is not a good thing to do. I think we might actually still be okay. Let's look in perspective and see. Yeah, I think we're okay. This should be pretty close to the corner of the mouth, and it is. And this can get moved up now. So we're starting the lips themselves. I'm gonna have a little bit of a tough time here because the mouth does not match up perfectly with in the other view, because here she's kind of got her mouth open and smiling, and not doing that in the other one, so that's going to be a little tricky. These get moved up for the nose. Alright. So, in starting the lips, which lips can be kind of tricky to do to get them to look proper. We have to make sure your upper lip typically goes further out slightly than your bottom lip. That's not for all cases and all people, but that's going to be the general idea. So we're going to line these up with the corners of the mouth. Just try to follow this as close as possible. And this should actually be brought in. Okay. Okay, good. That's still selected. So I'm going to hold Shift, and this should make up the middle of the lip. I'm going to move that to center to start, and that as well. So that's going to be the middle of the lip. Let's pull that back up here a little bit. Like I said, it's going to be kind of tricky just because this doesn't line up. Okay, so that's the middle. That should come out. Might really have to just go off of this view here. Yeah. Alright. And then we'll come in again. This gets even trickier because this is where the crease is going to be. And she doesn't have her mouth closed here, so that makes it a little more difficult with this reference. So that's getting pulled up here. And this should be getting pulled further in there. I'm just going to try to even, oops, yeah, this out a bit and pull this in because I got really far out with that. Alright. In this case, it might be better for me just to get better mouth reference, or just keep working at that. Alright. So this area here should almost be flat. I'm going to pull that more forward. It's getting a little bit better. Might have to pull her chin forward a bit. That's getting a bit better. I don't want to close this off completely because this will be used to model the inside as well, so we'll just keep that out. I feel like this should be pulled up a bit more. And then this area is going to get pulled back, which I didn't do before, so we got to do that. And then that needs pulled out just to give us the roundness that we want. And then that'll get smoothed out. Tricky mouths. Never mind the big hole where her nose is. Makes her kind of skull-like. And this will probably need to be fixed up a bit more, but just so we can get on with the rest of this. Okay, let's make sure her nose, yeah, that's supposed to be almost the front of the new nose. Oh, this is the under part. Okay, good. Okay. So I'm going to use this edge and follow it up around the nose. Like that. And then target weld here to there. Make sure these are centered. So you can kind of see how that works. And then here, oops, this is going to get, so I'll shift drag this out. And I believe this is target welded up to here. Kind of going on memory a little bit. Noses are another area that can be kind of tricky to deal with. And that'll be pulled out. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Pull that down. That's going to get pulled way out forward here. Somehow I didn't pull that out before. So I'll collapse those together or weld. Doesn't really matter which one you choose, as long as they get combined together. That should be starting to come back out there. Alright, and so we may have a little bit of a predicament here. Must be a section that I didn't do. Oh no, we have 8 edges, so if we have 8 edges we should be able to connect these together to finish this up. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So we can use bridge and kind of finish that out. And then just kind of reorganize the nose a little bit, because this part here is getting stretched out and is a little too flat. Pull that down. Pull this down. Yeah, that's not bad. Hopefully this is giving you a good idea of, the time it takes and what it takes to make a face. Anytime we get this faceted look, this kind of almost like it's made out of crystal, all you have to do is go into your polygon, select everything with element, and then come down and clear your smoothing groups and set them all to the same smoothing group. And so now you can see what that looks like. And then what will end up happening is once you merge or symmetry this all together and it gets turbo smoothed, if you end up smoothing it, most of the stuff I do is for games, but that'll smooth this out so that it's not all low poly like that. So we just got a couple more parts before we finish the face. And actually at this point I'm going to symmetry just to show you how you'll do that. So I'm going to take this side, I'm going to save it here, and I'm going to apply the symmetry modifier. Along the X, I'm going to flip my direction here, and I'm going to right click and convert this to editable poly. Before I go on, I want to make sure that no extra vertices were added where I didn't want them, like right there. So I can hit Control, or I can just hit backspace on these actually. And just want to see if there are any other ones. Sometimes Symmetry does this. I have no idea why. It just bothers me, but so I can select these edges going around. Just like we have been. I'm going to hold go to scale. I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to scale these out. I'm going to target weld these corners. And select these at the same time. Scale these out a little. The reason I'm using scale is so I can move them both at the same time. otherwise everything will get made asymmetrically, and I don't really care to have that happen. Okay, and I'll go to the left view. I'm going to pull these all back and then start pulling these sections back here. And so the more and more polygons that I make, the faster this all kind of happens. Alright. That's about going to wrap it up for this tutorial because it is going a bit long, and I think you can get the idea of really what I'm doing from here on out. And again, anytime I get that, I can just select those polygons that are messed up, make sure they're all set to the same smoothing group to smooth them back out. Yeah, the mouth actually didn't come out too bad. I thought it was going to look worse than that. And it's kind of starting to look like her, I think. But yeah, that's going to wrap that up. The file that I have here for the edge loops, if you go to Google image search, maximize this, and we go to, we type in head topology, you're going to find a lot of different references that show head topology. This is actually the one that I find to be the best at referencing this. So if you use this and you watch the image reference video and how to create the image references, you'll be able to create the image reference from these and follow the topology exactly as I had listed in this video. And I think that'll help you guys out a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it really showed you kind of what it takes to go through this. I know it's a really long video. Maybe I'll end up splitting this into 2 sections, but thanks for watching, subscribing, liking the videos, and sharing them with people. And please comment, let me know what else you'd like to see or what else you'd like to have me do. But until then, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.